Roblox Try Not to Make the Community Angry challenge has officially been failed, and this time it's pitting the Roblox community against star creators. This is so rare. It hasn't been seen before where like usually star creators fight side by side with the Roblox community, but this time it's a full-on civil war, and it's a really interesting reason why. Because recently, Roblox has been giving star creators the ability to change their usernames, not display names, usernames, to something else, something that represents their brand or whatever they want, basically. And it's through a really weird method. It's not official. It's a backdoor method where you go into the Roblox Star Creator Gilded server and you ask a Roblox employee, hey, can I have that username? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. And then they'll give you the username. But that by itself, not too bad, you know, going from Devound TV to Devound, you know, I can see why I'd want to do that. I haven't, by the way. I don't really plan on doing it. I'm not in the Gilded server. I just I'm too lazy to do that. But, like, you can see why Real Creek wanted to change his name to just Creekcraft. It's better for branding and it's better for people to find. That isn't too bad. But the issue is the new recent thing, which is what RTC said here. With star creators claiming old usernames, those usernames can no longer be used as display names, which means that now any YouTuber's new username that they changed whatever their previous one to the new one to, you can't use even as a display name. And this is going to be very problematic, as you're about to see here in this example with Nick. So I didn't even know who Nick was at first. I had to look it up because I'd never heard of this Roblox YouTuber. Apparently it's Uzoth. Now, I don't know, like, I don't watch Uzoth, so I don't know what this has to do with Nick. I don't know if Nick's, like, included in any branding for his channel. If it is, it makes a bit more sense, but if it isn't, that's a real problem, because I'd say that's almost abusive of this new feature by being able to claim a name that has nothing to do with your branding or anything. Although, again, I don't know what Uzoth's branding is. Maybe he is, like, more commonly known as Nick. But that just feels a bit weird to me. But that means that if your name is Nick, you won't be able to have that as your display name. It'd have to be like Nicky or Nick1 or Nick the Big or Nick Strong Cool. Like, it'd have to be something different. It can't just be Nick, which is kind of, I don't know, elitist, it feels. Like, this change makes sense originally when you had, like, you know, Real Creek and Devound TV. I'm gonna just keep using that because it's like the only one I remember, and like Ibella, all of those names, because you have to kind of purposely recreate them in order to try and impersonate. But now with the new ones like Nick, like, come on, any kid who's never even heard of this person before could put that name in, and then they wouldn't be able to use it because this person has claimed it. So it's created a big stir in the Roblox community, and a lot of people are upset. Lily here said, yeah, if your name is Nick, Bella, Connor, or any star name, too bad for you. What is Roblox going to do with the existing Nicks and all? Delete them too? Yeah, they're going to take them out the back and they're going to shoot them in real life. No one else in real life will have the name Nick anymore, or Connor, or Bella. And apparently we have a whole hit list here of people who've changed their usernames. Some, you know, a lot of them generally aren't bad at all. Like, for example, Poke Diger going to Poke. I mean, yeah, like SETI Crew going to SETI. Digito Plays this going to Digito. Like, they're sort of things that typically people wouldn't stumble upon. I don't mind too much, but again, like when you get Ella's Paris going to Ella, that's tough. And I don't blame the star creators for this. Roblox probably should allow such common names to be used as a display name, even if it conflicts with a star creator, because it's just so common. I think it's silly to bar that behind influencer protection stuff. And a lot more people are complaining about this. So star creators can gatekeep basic display names after claiming their new usernames. Shaking my head, this is terrible. And you can see a lot of the ones here that are going to be probably pretty problematic, bro. Try saying that really fast. You got Math, you got Bacon, Nick, Supreme as well. That's interesting because I've seen a lot of people angry about the Supreme thing. But also, I'd be more angry about the Bacon one because honestly, Bacon is a really big part of the Roblox community culture. Bacon hairs are a really common Roblox meme, a massive common like Roblox joke. And to not be able to call yourself that, you know, it's an affront to the Roblox gods, you know, it makes me angry. Urgh. And then they said, also, if your name is Jack or Connor, have fun trying to rename your display name. You can't, thanks to these guys. So now any basic first name could fall victim to some random Star Creators taking them. Now, the Star Creator copping the most flack for this whole shenanigan is actually Project Supreme, and it's very interesting why. This person tweeted, Project Supreme not waiting a second before abusing newly granted Roblox video star features. They're letting approved creators now snipe whatever name they want, presumably so long as their brand name somewhat resembles it. The actual Supreme holder was an active user. Now this is big as well. This is interesting. So someone already held the name Supreme and was an active Roblox user. Their account wasn't like terminated or anything. And according to this Twitter post, that it got taken. Now, if this is true, this is horrible. It definitely should not happen at all. Like, regardless of how big a Star Creator is, if that person had the name before the Star Creator existed, maybe even after they existed, as long as it had nothing to do with the Star Creator, like they should keep that name. Just because someone has a few more followers than you doesn't mean that they deserve a name more than you do. That's my thought process, but apparently it might not be Roblox's. I'm seeing over here, I saw by Waffle Trades, he said, this post is very misleading, talking about their accounts getting deactivated and removed for people who have the previous usernames. He said the post is very misleading. Star creators have the option to change their username to one that aligns with their brand only if the account is inactive or terminated. But then he says down here, or after the username reset process does not involve deactivating or terminating accounts, besides the Project Supreme situation, no active player has been impacted by this. Although I do disagree with username changes like his, because he isn't even known as just Supreme. So, it does affect active accounts. Regardless, I know we can all agree that Roblox should not be doing that for active accounts. Like, that would just make anyone feel awful. And overall, my feelings on this are really, really mixed. Honestly, I'm more on the community side with this. I think it is pretty bad when Star creators using names that are very common take that very common name and prevent anyone else using it as a display name. My solution for Roblox, if they want to take it, is to, since there's only there's a limited amount of Star creators in the program, you could manually vet every username and then say, okay, for a username like Supreme or for a username like Math, you can have it, but people can still use that as their display name. As long as, obviously, as well, they can have it only if the account's not active. But I feel like that'd be a good solution, because if it's a very common thing, people should be able to use that brand. But I can still see, as well, on the good side, why creators should be able to take their actual YouTube name, specifically the unique ones, right? Like Creekcraft, he had Real Creek. You know, no one can really search that up and find him very easily without the help of Google, you know, working out what you meant. Real Creek going to Creekcraft, that makes sense. And again, looking at the list, XPie going to XPie and Sonti going to Sonti. Strange names that people wouldn't use anyway. It helps with the branding. And for a lot of content creators, this is like our job. So it's really important to try and get that branding out as much as possible and keep it there and make it very recognizable and clear and not muddle the waters and confusing it. And then on the whole other end of the spectrum, I think it's awful if any Star creators are abusing it to get a username that is not associated with their brand at all. I think that is a really bad move. And honestly, I'd lose a lot of respect for any Star creators that do that. So yeah, don't do that if you just want the name Bun. Like, it's like me taking the name Denver, right? I never use my real name on Roblox. It has nothing to do with what I do on YouTube. It's just trying to take it because I have more, you know, influence than these kids, so I can bypass the systems and get it. It's just yucky. It's just gross. So I really hope no Star creators are doing that. But yeah, that's my opinion on the matter. Let me know what you think down below. I'll see you next time.